friends. Welcome to this episode of the Awkwardness Podcast, where we interview songwriters about the very beginning of their writing journey, and they play us one of the earliest songs they ever wrote. And then we talk about basically anything, honestly, mostly about what they did next and what they're doing now. As ever, I am your host, Rose Sean, and my faithful friends and co-hosts are Terence and Tony Tancredi. This week on Awkwardness, we are interviewing an LA indie treasure. She's born and raised in LA County. She had a YouTube channel at age 10, which means she's been in the biz for more than a decade. She's sponsored by Gibson Guitars, which is no small feat. Her ability to tell a story both in song and visually is truly impressive. She's talented and articulate as heck. I'm talking about the wise beyond her years, Devon Thompson. We talk about growing up in SoCal in the most SoCal way, the halcyon days of teenage DIY shows, the perils of booking in Hollywood as a young musician, and the dream of working with Tim Burton. Do stay tuned for a lot of relatable teen drama and so much insight into how being an indie musician works. Devon Thompson gets transparent with us about the life of a preteen YouTuber and the role money does or does not play in making it. Here's our Burbank hang with Burbank's coolest native, Devon Thompson. I have a couple of friends that are more in like the singer-songwriter side, but they've been kind of working on like compiling an actual Excel spreadsheet of like predatory promoters.
That would be a great list.
I mean, Sunset Strip has been notorious for pay-to-play shit.
Yeah.
For years.
That's the issue with that. Pay-to-play is like not... the whole concept is completely against what they take advantage of people like me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they take advantage too of like, because those places have built-in crowds because of the history, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like people who don't know any better, they're like, fuck yeah, Sunset Strip.
Do it.
And then, they don't know that like the musicians they're seeing are being fucked by promoters.
So bad.
And I think they really prey on people who are new to Los Angeles. I think that's the main target.
She gets small baby bands that are like artists that don't know what they're doing and also like are like grasping for shows. So like, oh my God, Troubadour, like Viper Room, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And I was born and raised here. So like I just learned my lesson with her and like literally never again.
Right.
So I only work with people who are not forcing you to sell X amount of tickets or else you owe them money. That's the risk you take. That's what it is. And it's crazy to me. It's, so I will be back at the Viper Room.
Dirty Laundry's cool.
Dirty Laundry's cool, yeah. That's what I'm playing next month. And then, I have a ton of stuff coming up, which is going to be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty stoked. Yeah.
Well,
Well, Devon Thompson.
Devon,
Thank you for coming to Awkwardness.
Love it. I hope all of that was off the record.
we can
Some of it.
We can redact names.
Yeah, well, like,
Can we bleep out names? I really don't care because so many people I know don't like her because they prey on people like us and like, and it's not fair.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to be here. Thanks, guys.
But
thank you.
Truth, it's like this podcast is about getting started and like the first steps musicians make. And it's true that like, for people listening, they got to look out for predatory like bookers.
Yeah.
And people come here to be in bands, but you did not. You were born here.
I'm from here. And I was in a band. I was in multiple bands, but then I was like, I want to do this on my own.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good about it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, good. You should. Nice. But let's see. Pre-bands. You started really young playing music, right?
I started really young. I was like, I don't know, maybe I was like 9, 10 when I started doing musical theater stuff. It was called La Cañada Junior Theater up in La Cañada, and I was Annie.
Oh, you were Annie?
Wow.
Yeah.
Cute.
I like out of my whole school, I was a 4th grader, and then I went up to 8th grade, and I ended up getting the role as a new kid over 8th graders, and everyone hated me. Like, who?
She's too good.
Well, who is this? You know what I mean? So I started doing that, but then I also was working with a vocal teacher who was pretty influential to my songwriting and helped me figure out and learn how to write songs. I started writing like my first songs when I was 10 to 13 was when I was figuring out songwriting. Nice. That was like, that was like the time frame. Yeah.
Was that with guitar and stuff?
Yeah, I was always with guitar. I really never played. I played a little piano, but it was always guitar for me. I took some lessons on piano. I was like, that's so boring. I didn't like it. I don't know why.
What was your first guitar? Do you remember?
I think my first guitar, I was 10 or 11 when I got it for Christmas. It was a white Yamaha, really cheap, $150. So perfect for a first guitar. It's tiny. It was
like
perfect.
electric or
No, it was acoustic. I have really small hands still to this day. They like have not grown. So I had really tiny hands back then though. And it was so awesome because it was the perfect starter guitar. I didn't even know I was getting it either. My dad just pulled open this thing on Christmas and he got me cables and he got me like this guitar, and I was so excited to have this. So that was my first guitar.
Shout out Dad, you know.
Yeah,
shout out
thanks,
Pops.
Dad. He was a guitar player, so that also helped. And he had a really nice one that he wouldn't really let me play. He's like, no, I went into the Guitar Center. I was like, I want my first electric guitar, and they were saying like the ones that have notches on the bottom of the fretboard, they're like, you can't. It's not beginner friendly. And I was like, oh my God, Dad, please, I swear I'm good enough. I was so young. I was like 11. I was like, please let me get it. And there was one guitar that ended up being like beginner friendly. And it was I have a video of it. I made a music video with it. One of my first music videos when I was like 11. Flying V with lightning bolts on it with neon green strings.
That's hard.
But the song was like almost like Americana country, like rock.
Nice.
So weird. The guitar was so crazy. That was my first electric guitar.
That sounds amazing.
Wait, who made that?
It might have been a Dimebag Darrell guitar, honestly. I really mean
I hope
that.
it
Like
was.
it was.
Yeah.
It was, and it was crazy. So that was my first like electric guitar.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have it. I think I sold it back to them because I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Most first instruments go back.
Yeah.
I
mean,
wish I
it's-
would have still had mine.
Yeah.
I still had
Well,
mine, but
I mean, it's also that is a really particular and strong aesthetic, which I feel like like looking at you now, you could probably like rock the shit out of it.
It would
but-
work now.
Yeah.
But I wish I kept it. I'm so
I
mad at
know.
myself that we gave that back to them because it's so funny.
It is funny.
Guitar.
What kind of like music were you guys listening to? Like your dad played what?
Yeah, I mean, mostly like my dad mostly listens to a lot of classic rock and 90s rap stuff and
Nice,
80s
yeah.
raps. He loves that. And my mom listens to a lot of 60s, 70s, and 80s stuff. And
Sure.
so, like they both like bonded on grunge when they met. And then, I have a pretty wide array of music, but during that time I was very pop. I wrote I think my first music video I put out was called Be Your Girl, and it was like I actually just saw it on YouTube last night. I took the video down and they posted it as like a Just for Kids thing. Like someone reposted the video. Someone has the video and has uploaded. I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
But I saw they uploaded it like a year ago. I'm like, how did they find this? Who has this? And it's just so funny. I watched it literally last night. I was like, oh my God. Like I have a digital footprint from so long ago.
Oh yeah.
But like I started kind of off with like, I mean, we all kind of started with Taylor Swift thing, honestly. And I was doing some pop stuff from like 10 to 12. So like really produced stuff. And 13, 14, like 13, 14, I was still in 15, like doing that. But I always had listened to like a bunch of music. Like literally I was listening to System of a Down like at school, like when I was in 4th grade. Like I was so weird. I was such a loner. I had like my ugly Skull Candy like headphones on, and I would just listen
Skull Candies, I had some too.
Yeah, I would listen. They're huge on me because I had a really small head. So like I would listen to a System of a Down like really, really loud, and everyone was like, what's wrong with her? Like I was like, no one else knew what it was.
You were vibing.
It was great.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, that's cool. Like, I mean, it sounds like you had like a really wide array of influences even as a kid, but like, can you talk about like your YouTube channel? What was that all about?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
My YouTube channel was a thing. Like it was a thing throughout my grade school years. Everyone knew about it. Everyone knew I made songs and professional music videos because my dad, we own a small business. It's like a production company actually in Burbank.
Oh, cool.
So
nice.
we have, camera gear. So we were surrounded by people who were able to help with that. So that was really awesome. That's the only way I've been able to do that. But my family is not in the music industry. We are all like in the acting, film and TV business. So I had put out all of these music videos, like 3 or 4, like I think 5, ended up like between 10 to 15 probably. And everyone knew about it and would always make fun of me at school for it because I also had like a personal YouTube channel because I wanted to be like a YouTube YouTuber, like little DIYer, and it was embarrassing.
That's cute.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
But they didn't think so. They thought it was extremely embarrassing, and the songs weren't very good. Now that I think about it, watching them, but like still for a 10-year-old to like 11-year-old, still like pretty good. And I was like, oh my god, you know, I've been going after it for a long time.
And these were songs you wrote.
Yeah, I wrote them. These are myself. I mean, I would write them with my vocal teacher, where like we would work together. But like most part, like this is all pretty much stuff that I wrote. And my dad actually played guitar on some of the tracks.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
he played guitar on, which he just told me like 2 days ago. I was like, well, you play guitar on that? He's like, yeah, I literally did. And I worked with so many different people and, you know, got scammed, you know, like had to learn a lesson where you pay someone like, oh, I'll write the song for you and we'll pitch it to like film and TV, blah, blah, blah. Like literally paid them and then, you know, nothing happened from it. They're like, good luck.
That's weird though, because it's Rebecca Black did that, right?
Yes. Okay. That worked for her because, you know,
Exception.
And a lot of that happens here in Los Angeles, and also just a lot of people who make it. You know, when you have money runs everything.
Yeah,
I mean everything. However, I think what people don't understand is that like when there's money, there's great minds that are put behind things and tons of manpower. Like a great example is the Last Dinner Party. They just like the new band. I love them and they're so great, but they have come from money and blah, 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 and all of that. And, you know, it's people are like industry plant, blah, blah, blah. But isn't that like what people used to do is put money into bands they think have potential?
Yeah, it's just great. It just used to
what
be,
that is?
It just used to be the record company that did it instead of the person's actual family. Or like.
I think it was both of them and like for good reason. I mean, it's really good. So I personally am a big fan of that. And a lot of my influences are older, but some of the new stuff that's coming out is making me have hope for things again.
Nice.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated by your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, I can't.
Are any of those up still?
No,
or
so
you took them all
I
down?
made. My mom was the one helping me upload that. So we have control of them. Like they're all on private. I honestly want to put them out there again because I feel like once I have my name like more out there, people are gonna be like, "There's no way."
That's a cool story that you were making like full on produced music videos
like,
at 12 years old.
Like
that's
full
insane.
on. I really want to put them back up there because when I saw it last night, it's on, one of them's on there, and I'm like, oh,
You're like, oh, this is kind of good, actually.
It's really good. I'm like, wow, this is kind of good. Like my dog was in it, like the whole thing. You know, we put a little tie on her. Like
cute.
it was like, you know.
Were these like live performances filmed, or did you like have like studio recordings and then it was more like a conventional music video?
There were conventional music videos. We hadn't really put up much many live recordings because I was performing live. Like I was performing at coffee shops around LA, like a Republic of Pie is one of them. I was my first show there. I think I was 12 when I did my first show there. We packed the house. There's like 50 people we brought there.
I love that.
Full on show. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I performed for an hour and it was a big deal, but I've been performing live for a long time. Acoustically has been the main thing. I didn't start electrically for quite a while. And I think I branched out into that later.
Was that show with the Yamaha?
That show, I was with the Yamaha.
Yeah.
It was great. It has a built-in tuner. It was
that's
perfect.
brilliant. Yeah.
It is like,
Yamaha's
it's
great.
electric, it's DI, it's perfect. I have nothing but good things to say about that guitar. I still use it. It just sounds like a dull washboard now.
Nice.
So for that YouTube channel, was it like your idea? Was it kind of like a family like project?
It was both. Like my mom never made me do music. I was like, I wanted, you know, when I was like 6 or 7, I was singing around the house. She's like, oh, well, I don't know what this kid wants to do, but you can sing. I was like, can I sing? And then I wanted to play guitar, and then I wanted to write music and start doing this stuff. So I think it was a combination of multiple different things happening. So her and my dad had both helped me kind of put it together. Like she kind of wrote the ideas for the music videos. My mom's very creative. And she's in the industry herself. So like she helped me with all of that. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't have, which is really cool.
No, that's
so
really really interesting relationship that I we have.
It sounds so fun.
It was really, it was really like cool to do that. And because most people don't have that, and it was cool.
Do you have a favorite out of those?
Yeah, I feel there's one called Out the Door. It's called Step Outside the Door. It was like a total. It almost sounds like a 2010 like Nickelback track, but it's not as bad. Like, you know what I mean? But it sounds like that. It's like of that era.
It's like
Totally.
alt rock.
But it was like, but it was literally 2012 probably.
Yeah.
So to be fair, it was like around that time. So that song is great because we filmed it with some of my friends where we did like a classroom type thing. And it was like my mom was the mean teacher. She played the character. And I was up there like standing up on the desk with my flying V and like I was like step outside. I will find this video.
I have to see this.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I have to see this.
It's so good. Now that I'm thinking about it, all these memories are coming back. My first music video that I did that we didn't know how to do a music video. We didn't know like how to lip sync it,
playback and stuff.
We didn't know that,
Yeah.
so we filmed it. At our neighbor had in Burbank had a studio underground, and I did a someone like you. I think it's Somebody Like You, Someone Like You, Adele cover.
Yeah,
and then
Someone
I
Like
also
You.
did Call Me Maybe.
Oh, cute.
Nice.
It was my first music video. I think I was 10 there, and that's a great video because my neighbor. I'm not gonna name my neighbor, but my neighbor was my first kiss when I was 2 years old.
Aww.
He was in the video with me because my mom asked his mom and was like, "Can he be in the video with her as her love interest?" And like, and it was so funny. And he told me, when I was 2, like, if you don't marry me, you're gonna be poor and cold and you're gonna sleep out in the rain. And then he was my Call Me Maybe like love interest when I covered that song.
Was that after your first kiss or before?
Well, the first kiss
After,
was
was
when
it-
you were 2, right?
2.
Yeah,
Two,
wow.
gosh. Oh, so
That
it
was my
after.
first one. That's really young. I mean, it was very
Sure.
innocent.
Yeah.
We didn't really know what we're doing, but
But that's like shout out to mom for trying to help you
Yeah.
make it happen.
yeah, like that was like 2 years old, and then like later, he like 4 or 5, he was like, you don't marry me, you're gonna be poor and cold and sleep out in the rain. I'm like,
Wow,
okay,
Quite the
manipulative.
proposal.
God,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
I know.
Fine.
That's
Let's
some
get
that's some
married.
toxic shit.
Yeah,
right there.
I know. So all these videos that I put out though, like, have gotten me from one point to another, even if I thought at the time that they were stupid, or even if I think that they were now. I mean, like, I'm happy I did them. I'm so happy that that's there.
Yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
really good quality
They
too, because
are.
your family.
That's
They are,
amazing.
I can't
yeah.
wait to see them.
I mean,
I'm
they're
jealous.
they're
Hope
also
you put them out again.
I'm gonna put them up.
they're
Yeah.
also
Please.
probably freaking adorable.
They're so cute.
But I love to like the collaborative aspect, and that your parents were just so on board with it.
They were, yeah.
without seemingly like any like high expectation. Just like, let's do this thing.
We
No,
love
yeah.
supportive parents.
It was.
We love supportive
It was
parents.
like, looking back at it, I think that like our expectations were off, like were kind of skewed, because I'm like looking back at it and I'm like, what was I expect? We were expecting like something to happen from this, like, to be,
Like
because
a
you had
record deal?
you had like a
Yeah,
Justin
yeah.
Bieber type
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
But I'm looking back at it, I'm like, what marketability do you have with a child now? Like in general, or just even back then, like, what do you have? Like, that's literally kid.
I mean, Justin Bieber was quite young
Yeah.
when he was discovered, and maybe I could see the logic being like, well, maybe seeing like this kid with potential, and then like in 2 years when
Right.
we've like worked with you, you're
Yeah.
gonna be perfectly at that
It's like
age.
The Voice.
Yes, I guess that's what we were kind of aiming for. And when nothing like really happened, we were like, okay, well, whatever kind of thing. I got so fed up with it though. When I was 15, I quit. Like, I just quit altogether when I switched to like
You were
a
just
new,
over it.
yeah, a new high school. I was bullied really, really, really bad for it in 7th and 8th grade when I went to an art school for it. That is one of the, like, some of the biggest names in the business. Kids have gone there. And I was the only one in my grade who did anything, like acting or singing or anything. So I was,
Man, they were probably
brutally-
so jealous.
I think maybe, I mean, I don't think so, because I was kind of weird. Like, I was kind of just a weird kid.
I mean, I just, taking action is worth 10 million, like,
Yeah.
huge industry parents. You know what I mean? Like, the
Yeah.
fact that you did is so commendable and brave, and like, it's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I
You
put
know?
myself out there. Like, I've been
Yeah.
putting myself out there for so long. Like, just been throwing myself out there in the face of judgment. Especially what I'm doing now with like my guitar playing, because like there's lots of people out there who do not like that I'm sponsored by Gibson, they do not like that I'm a female guitar player.
Why?
I love that you're sponsored by Gibson.
Yeah,
thank you.
I think that's
we
beautiful.
love
Thank
it.
you, Tony.
Yeah.
I wish I
Makes
knew. It's a lot of people now. I want to say it's a jealousy thing. I don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Before, I think it was a little both. Like this kid's actually weird, but also,
kids. It's like when you're that young, it's like anyone who's like kind of revealing too much of like who they are
Yeah.
is like the sun blinding people.
Yeah.
Like, they're like,
I
it's
was
weird.
putting it all out there.
Yeah,
I was
which is
putting
cool.
it all out there. So I think that's obviously made me kind of a target. Always, and I was, that's kind of how it's always been. I was born into that role of being someone who just kind of always lays it, like just is performer.
Well, that's cool,
Well,
and we commend you for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well,
Thanks,
it's
guys.
as an adult, I'm sure you're still seeing this now. It's like so much easier to criticize someone who's creating something,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
than to create something yourself.
I know.
It's really hard to make things, and people are
is.
angry that they can't make shit,
Right.
good shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. Or
Yep.
like want to criticize other people because they can't do it
I
themselves.
know. I'm
It's
like, I'm sorry. Where's your music video?
Yeah. No. Where's your music video? It's so stupid.
Troll
yeah.
mentality.
It makes me crazy, but also it's really funny.
Well, I
It is
think
really funny.
yeah. I mean, and good for you for even as a kid, like kind of persevering in the face of that, because it really is tough.
Yeah.
Especially as like an adolescent to
It was hard.
not take on that stuff when people say mean things to you, especially your peers.
It was hard. Yeah, I didn't like it definitely always my issue was I always wanted to be popular. Always wanted to be popular. And I never ever fully no one ever fully liked me, and so I tried really hard to be friends with popular girls, popular kids, and they just would not accept me. And as much as I wanted to, I was like, I'm not like them. I'm just not like them. I'm not, I will never be, I'd have to do nothing. I'd have to not do what I've done with myself. And I'm happy that I did do what I did. I really am.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have
We
to
are
just.
too.
You'd have to just not be yourself.
They're
and that
all,
was great.
they're all now copy paste sorority girls. So I literally don't care. It's I know that's mean, but they were so awful to me. So I literally don't care. So it's totally fine.
No,
them.
you made the
Yeah.
right choice. But also, I mean, the thing is too, even if you didn't get discovered from your tween
Yes.
YouTube channel, you got a ton of experience being in front of the camera.
I did.
Oh, yeah, which is invaluable.
performing, kind of, even if it's not the same thing you do now, still developing this performance aspect.
It all comes from everything I've ever done. It's everything I've ever done has led me to where I am now. And I don't think I'd be the same person I would be, because when I quit when I was 15 and I started back up again after a year, and I was like, I want to make alternative rock music. I want to make indie music. I want to be in the underground Los Angeles music scene, the Burger Records, blah, blah, blah. I want to do all that. And I was like, I can play guitar. I can sing. I can do all that. If I just saw that and I wanted to start right there, I'd be really bad. And I was already pretty good and decent because I had already done all that. So that's where all this started. All of what I'm doing now had started when I was 16. So that's 8 years ago. Am I math wrong? Probably. Yeah, but it's around
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you really did have a head start. Because
I did.
I mean, a lot of kids start playing guitar when they're 16,
Yes.
and you're like,
oh no.
Yeah.
I'm there. I've been there for so long. Yeah. I stopped, I took lessons when I stopped when I was 14 because I don't like this. So the rest of me is very self-taught.
yeah, that's really cool. Because then you kind of it sounded like you needed a breather from it, but then you were able to come back and be like, okay, this is the music I want to make.
Yep.
I already kind of know how, and now I can just think about style and
I did all that. It was
Yeah.
so cool. It was so fun. It was really awesome. Getting to do that as my high school experience. It was really cool. I was in the skate scene, so music is a big part of that. So it was a lot of fun, and definitely is a big part of my upbringing and where I am right now. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What,
You skated?
yeah.
I did. I used to skate. I'm actually I was a skater, and I also snowboard. My parents both grew up doing that.
Nice.
So I don't skate anymore. It's too dangerous. And the mental block, I could never get over it. But snowboarding, I'm actually a very good snowboarder.
Over at Big Bear and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
I do I can't be too crazy. I would be a lot better if I if I had no fucks to give, but I have
You
two
cannot
wrists
break your
Right,
right here
right.
that
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So I do park, but I do everything is very medium sized. Everything is very chill. But
Yeah.
I do it because if I'm not challenging a side of myself. Like if I'm just doing music and playing guitar, it's safe to me. And there's a part of me that really needs something. And I think that skateboarding was that, and skating and music is like what like how many parties I've been to that were like live band playing and like pool right there, you know, like pool with everyone skating in it.
That's it.
So that's what I fell into when I was like 16, 17, 18.
That's brilliant. That's the
so
SoCal
cool.
scene.
SoCal, very SoCal. Like I skated, surfed, snowboarded, did all that. And like, you know, I did all that, and music helped with that. So that was really cool.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Well, what song do you want to play us?
I'm going to play you guys a song. It's called The Bright Side. I chose. I was 13. I've always been kind of a little bit of a pessimistic child and person, and it's been my issue. However, so all my songs have been like, some of them were nice, but most of them were never about the positives, because I feel like it was really hard to feel like that back then. So it's called The Bright Side. I know it sounds happy, but when I play it, you know, you can listen to the chords, and I feel like that was the best song to pick. That was like my first song that I really was like, I like this. I made a music video for that too, with my surfboard down at the beach.
Oh,
Yes.
I did.
Cute. And what is it about?
It's about the bullying that I faced, and
At the new school?
at the new school I went to. I filmed it when I was going there, and the art school that I went to. And I was like, my anxiety was really bad. My identity issues were really bad. I didn't like the kind of person I was. I just feel like I didn't fit in. And but I had to figure out, I had to find a silver lining in something. And I didn't know what silver lining meant before, because maybe I would have called it that. But the bright side, it was me trying to make things a little better, trying to find a little peephole of hope somewhere, with feeling very, very dismal all the time. Just how it was. Yeah. But like, it wasn't always bad, but this song is about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brain fried, everything's gonna be alright. Looking on the bright side of tonight. Friends lied, trying to make me all tongue-tied. Looking on the bright side of my life. What's it gonna be like when I look back on my life? Will I always stay on the bright side? When I wanna scream out, pull my hair and freak out, I'll try looking on the bright side. Saturday morning, wake up in the morning, fall into a deep dark hole, and I'm searching for the bright side. Feels like I'm stuck, I'm out of luck in my life. So I'll think, I'll stare, I'll breathe the air of the bright side. What's it gonna be like? I look back on my life. Will I always stay on the bright side? When I wanna scream out, pull my hair and freak out, I'll try looking on the bright side. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, oh, oh. And I'm searching for the bright side.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Oh my gosh, that's a really great song.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank
And
you.
it's like almost happy.
It's a bittersweet
yeah.
melody.
Yeah.
And I've always written songs like that. Still to this day, I write bittersweet melodies. I sang that song actually when I decided I kind of wanted to start doing music again. When I was 15 at my new school's talent show by myself. No one knew what I did at that school. And one of my classmates was there who ended up being my drummer for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's so awesome.
we started a
That's
band
so
together.
cool.
So
I love that.
spurred things, and that song's very special to me because he was like, "That song's really good." Like, really?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's like really cool. And I was like, oh, thank
It's
you.
a positive message.
I love it.
Yeah.
It is.
And you played together for 6 years.
We did, yeah.
That's a really cool guitar too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
it's
say like
so awesome.
It's
I love
a
it.
J45 Gibson, and it's the
It
60s style. My mom's got like a 1969 one with the same logo.
Yeah, it's
that little
so
thing.
cool, man. That's
What's the
awesome.
story of it?
Yeah, so I have been playing acoustic guitar for a long time, and I have always recently, in the past couple of years, have developed my style, such a big part of who I am, and my color palette. So when I saw this 60s reissue J45 at Gibson, it was black and white, and I literally was like, oh my God.
It's beautiful.
Can I play it?
Yeah.
And so good. And she was like, you can have it. I was like, I can have it. It's black and white, which is literally, because there's a lot of great acoustic guitars out there that will be just fine.
Yeah.
But this guitar is so awesome. And it is it's so special to me because of like what it is. It's like what it looks like and how it sounds, and just like it's black and white, and it's so cool. It's the
suits you.
Gothabilly, which is like a lot of what my style is.
Gothabilly.
Yeah, it's Gothabilly.
Yeah, it's you perfect. It literally is your guitar.
Yeah, it's like I was like, that's my guitar.
Yeah.
Like, I need that guitar. I saw someone played it South by Southwest once. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I saw it there, and they let me have it.
That's amazing.
God, it's amazing. Yeah, so it's my favorite guitar. I use it to live stream like all the time. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, I did. When I first saw it, I kind of thought like Johnny Cash or something.
Yes.
but-
Oh, yeah.
So Johnny Cash is one of my favorite artists like ever. So he always had black on, and he
Man in
is
Black.
one of my favorites. And this guitar was very Johnny Cash. So I like, this like it's so special.
You're like, it will be mine.
It will be mine. And it is. And now it is. If I want
Forever.
something, I'll have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So really cool.
That's
really cool.
amazing.
Thanks, guys.
So tell us about when you started playing again,
Yeah.
the 16-year-old band. Like, how did that progress?
The 16-year-old band was really cool. It started off as a 3-piece, kind of playing neo alternative stuff, like Hiatus Coyote kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. Very much into like almost like a fusion alt jazz kind of thing, which because the two people that I found at my school were in jazz band. So they're jazz players. I've actually really only ever played with jazz musicians who really play rock so well.
Yeah.
So currently to this day, I still play with jazz musicians. We played together. We did one of our first gig was at the Regent, actually.
Oh, what?
But it was
Downtown,
not exactly for what you think. It was we were a house band for a comedy show that
Nice.
my drummer's brother's friend was hosting.
And
And
that's still kind of cool.
What comedy
Yeah,
show?
what?
his name was Melvin Diaz, I believe. And so we actually we played there, and it was just so awesome.
Yeah.
Because they gave us a sheet of what they want us to play, and it was like Drake, God's Plan. And I was
Nice.
like, hey guys, do you know the kind of music we play? Like, I don't think we can do this all rap.
Yeah.
So I really just I was like, okay, I can compromise with you, and because I actually have a weird, like, not hidden talent, but like I'm really good at singing R&B, which is why I started doing kind of like neo alternative
Yeah.
soul kind of. So we sang like Flashing Lights.
Yeah.
We did See You Again, Tyler the Creator, because with Kali Uchis in it.
Sweet.
And we compromised with those songs, and I rapped them, and I actually also hidden talent. I'm a really decently good rapper also. I don't know why
You
I'm
heard
just
it here,
a really
guys.
good white girl rapper.
Are there any videos of this?
No. Actually, I have a song I made called "Put Her in a Chokehold." It was a Mario Kart beat that me and my friends did as a
Nice.
joke. But I'm like it was like really good. Like listen to it, I'm like, this is really good. Like I can actually rap. But so I like did the raps. I have videos that we put on YouTube, and we did some like Mac DeMarco and stuff like that. But that was our first gig, and we did a lot of that for years until I followed a lot of LA bands here when I was younger, and a lot of them are no more because of what happened in 2020 and everything kind of collapsed with everything. So we ended up doing a lot of surf rock stuff, like very much so surf
sweet.
rock, and started recording in the studio again when we were all 16, because I was working like I've been very fortunate. My parents will help me, but I started working retail jobs when I was 17. So I was able to like pay for some of the stuff, you know what I mean? So we would record in Burbank, or I would work with other people. We'd record, and I started putting out music with my band, and I would write it, and then my band would play it. And for years, that's what we did. We played all around the valley. And we played all around all the shows. We played all the backyard shows. We played in rehearsal spaces as shows.
That's cool.
That was so.
That sounds fun.
That's a good hack for an underage band.
Oh my God. The biggest thing that we had to deal with was because we were all underage. There was this place called Pop Studios in Northridge, and they just let us throw these fucking crazy shows. You guys, there was like hundreds of kids there, and people were drinking outside, obviously. Like it was nuts. They were shooting off fireworks and like bottle rockets. It was so crazy. And it was the place to be though. Like we had a bunch of people who made music in our scene kind of. So we had like a lot of punk bands who were in our circle. It's like when we were all skating kind of. Yeah. And we threw these shows there. Like it feels like once a month, and we would like it would be $5 entry kind of thing. And we'd sell like there'd be vendors, people selling jewelry. And everyone was like 17, 18 years old, like literally like children.
That's so cool.
It was so crazy because like inside the biggest rehearsal space, which is not very big, it's probably like the size, like it's probably like 2 of these living rooms. There's like so many kids. It smells so bad in there. People are moshing and like killing each other. They're stepping on each other because they're like, it's like mosh pits because it's like literally punk music. It's so fun.
That sounds amazing.
So fun.
That's wild. It sounds like SoCal again.
Yeah, it sounds like a chain reaction.
It was the best time in my life. It was so fun. I really miss that. That was such a great time of just like not caring.
Yeah.
At all.
About anything.
About anything.
Besides the music.
So I always so we were doing a lot of, alternative rock, a lot of surfy stuff, because that was a big part of like what I did. And I didn't start really getting into more of what I did now, which is more alternative rock. Probably 2020 was when I like COVID kind of changed everything, and that made us separate kind of, but everyone was growing apart. We were young, so it was very like mutual. And then I still had some of them play with me afterwards, and I met some people that I work with now, and the rest is history. Yeah. And I'm still going after all this time. I'm still making music and releasing. I just came out with a song today that I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of all that I've done. I've worked really hard in the guitar aspect of things and in everything. I'm schlepping gigs right now.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's
and also,
right. You have a single out today.
Yeah. Congrats.
What is it
It's
called?
called I Love You, But It Hurts Like Hell.
Nice.
Or it came out yesterday, right?
Today.
Yeah, it came out today.
Today, 17th.
Yeah, the 17th.
January
Oh, right, because we don't know when
right.
this is coming out, but
Yes.
it came out in January 17th.
So it's really, I really like this song, but my songwriting is very different now from what it used to be. It was very kind of linear, what I used to write, but now, I love to write in different perspectives. I'm in a theme right now, so it's kind of a whole thing, but I really just grew up on movies and TV and loving like Lord of the Rings and fantasy stuff. So kind of a big fan of like all of that, and also a big fan of like horror movies. So like that that has always played into like what I've done, and like watched Poltergeist as a kid. It was like my favorite movie.
Yeah, one of your videos, you're stabbing a dude, right?
That was that song is inspired by my serial killer kick that I was on when I was studying the psychology of people, psychology of them. I was so fascinated with it for so long. I did so much research about it and read so many things about it, and I was also just love like writing in fantasy and writing in like sort of like dreamlike states, and I wanted to combine the both of them, So it was really cool. I love that one too. So close.
I love your videos. So you got started very young, and now you're still making killer videos.
Yeah, I guess I've always been such a creative kid. I made little short films, just like not only music videos, short films. Like I'm an actress also. I just grew up doing that. And then that's also a writer, so I combine all those elements into one. My music videos are like my favorite thing to concept now because they're so weird and they're so odd, but they're really like, that's what makes me so happy.
Well, they're really high production value too.
Yeah.
Are you still working with your parents on that at all? Or are you?
No, I'm not working with my parents anymore on that. but it's not intentional. Actually, technically, yes, I am. My mom actually just shot all of my press photos for my most recent press release.
Mom.
My mom is a photographer. She's really great. My mom does everything. She's really good at stuff. But so
Sounds
she
like a family
shot,
thing.
Yeah. So thank you. She just shot all of the pictures, like my album release. Actually, the album cover for this song, she shot that.
Oh, cool.
Nice,
Other than that, though, I mostly am working with student crews and crews
nice.
like my peers, so that
Yeah.
we can all help each other.
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Really
very
cool.
smart.
It's
and
very
super
smart
rad,
and really cool. And I really think that it's good for building relationships. It's
100%.
good for building careers. It's good to give people chances. It's,
Yep.
you know what I mean? That's what we're doing.
That's a good full circle moment. Of
It
just,
is.
like
We'll come back, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with how everything has been.
it's really nice.
Yeah, your videos look great. That's cool that you're using student crews. That's very smart because that's like they need to make that stuff for their curriculum anyway.
Yeah.
And they have, and also like, oh my God, these film schools, even like the New York Film Academy, they have so many resources.
So they have
Yeah.
so many resources.
Just
That's
like
the thing.
even for like locations and shit, but like equipment,
Everything.
like stuff that you might like would be harder to afford or
Yes.
acquire otherwise. It's very smart.
Yeah. So it's accessible.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever like want to sync like some horror films with your music and do all that stuff?
So bad. I really
Yeah.
think my music has a place, and it has a, you have Burton and Elfman. You have like those two. What I want to do something like that. I really want to find a niche somewhere. I'm such a big Tim Burton fan. Like
Oh, yeah.
my hope one day is that I will get to meet and work with him. That we can,
Nice.
because I have so much of his work has influenced my writing, my songwriting, and also just like what I am and like how I just everything, like how their relationship is really cool. So I really hope that my music has a place somewhere that belongs, like tonally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has a vibe, and it will. I think it will land somewhere where it really makes sense. I'm really excited to see that day happen, because that's kind of where magic is born sometimes, when like music is placed with the imagery.
Oh, 100%.
I can't wait. I'm hoping that someone sees that one day and they're like, yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Tim
You're
Burton's
manifesting
listening.
it right now.
Manifesting it.
go.
I think it will happen.
Well, he's a
Yes.
Burbank kid.
Yeah.
That's
Well, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and so am I. So what's going on, Tim Burton?
Yeah. Well,
We can chat. I'm around. It's fine.
And they did that retrospective exhibit at LACMA a few years ago of his kind of like life's work to that point, and it was really, really interesting because it literally like just doodles that he did when he was in high school in Burbank, and he was actually like making money, like getting beneficiaries to have him like draw their little flyers, their ads or whatever.
So cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, very cool. But it's funny to think of him as being from Burbank.
It's so weird because like there's not, when Burbank is so boring.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
so
love it, but
boring.
yeah.
But I mean, we're both from here, so it's like, hey, what's up?
Edward Scissorhands here. I don't know.
I
It's just
think-
like,
I think that actually is supposed to be like a Burbank type situation.
Yeah.
Because you look and you see that the beautiful suburby, like
yeah.
that's Burbank. And you have the dark castle on the hill kind of thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
God, that is so cool. So I know that he's from here, and I was like, that's so good, because that's what Burbank is. It's like total suburbia.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like its own city. It's the entertainment capital of the world, but it really is just like so suburban.
It is.
Almost feels like it could be anywhere in the United States.
Literally, this could be like a Midwestern town.
Yeah.
It really could, because, they say that Burbank has all the studios, and it does, but like no one that is like in the studios like really lives here. It's more so just families.
Or they do, but they're like,
Yeah.
grips or something.
Yeah. It's like very random, but it's not it's not like Studio City, Sherman Oaks area,
where
which
it's
is
like writers and
very cool. And
yeah.
like honestly, I hope that I can live there someday when things aren't so expensive.
I know.
well, when you meet your writer, partner,
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
just like
When you
make
find-
films with,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet that person, and we're gonna make really cool stuff together. I swear to God, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna be
believe
so cool.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're listening right
Speaking
now.
it aloud is the first step, I think.
Yes, absolutely. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, so that's kind of where you're at right now. Like you're gigging a ton, you're putting out music.
Yep.
You're just like, I don't want to, I hate the word content now. It's like kind of become a bad word,
I
but
know.
you're like,
Unfortunately,
gross.
you're
Yeah.
making all this great art.
Thank you.
It's art, not content.
Yes.
And yeah, looking for new collaborations.
Yes, I'm looking for new collaborations and expansions of, my art. And, I'm doing what I can. I'm gigging a ton. I'm just focusing on my artistry and my image and what I want to say to people and how I want other people, to view my music, because I see music as the most important thing ever. And I want my music to do that for someone else, because other people's music has helped me so much. So I would hope that mine could do the same for someone else and inspire someone, because my goal is to inspire lots of other girls are scared to play guitar. Women are scared to pick up a guitar. I just want to get the stigma out. Literally, like, fuck anyone who tells you that you can't do it. I can't stand that. And I'm kind of like, when I go out now, I'm kind of like hardened. I'm like, I'm very like, what kind of thing? Because like, I don't want that. So
is your boyfriend in the band?
my boyfriend is not in the band.
That was the, like, you ever get that?
Yeah.
You're carrying a guitar and someone's like, is your boyfriend in the band?
And you're like, no, bitch, I'm the band.
Yeah.
I'm the somebody.
Yeah.
I'm the somebody.
I like really was a rhythm guitar player for a long time. So this past 2023 has been the year that I have believed in myself to explore being a solo guitar player.
Nice.
My Gibson sponsorship was really what, like, I was like, dude, I can do this. And I'm I'm so proud of myself for how far I've come with that. And I'm going to keep going and keep doing that. I'm open to artistically expanding, and I really want to put my stuff down on some visual concepts. Really do. That's what I would like to do next, is to collaborate on some movie, TV stuff, because like,
nice.
It's so important.
You're built for it.
I'm built for it. I'm ready. I'm primed. I can do all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I believe you can do it. And I mean, my goodness, you're already, as discussed, like way ahead of the curve of most people. And I'm curious, because you were just saying how many other musicians inspired you. Like, what would you say are like your top 5-ish?
Yeah. Influences.
Yeah.
So I'd say Blondie, Susie and the Banshees, Pretenders, Johnny Cash, Alabama Shakes, and Fiona Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Big one because of my, I do a lot of dark lyricism. So she really does. I connect with her on that a lot. I think there's a lot of that I find in my music that I really enjoy. So those are some influences.
That's a very cool pastiche.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, do you have anything newer you'd like to play for us?
I do. I can play something.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Let me keep this. I'm going to. This is kind of a hard song to sing.
Oh, by the way, like, so you play electric a lot now.
Yes.
What are your favorite like Gibson electrics to play now?
Well, I'm pretty much only playing my Casino right now.
Nice.
Which has been so cool.
Yeah.
It's such a rad guitar. Definitely looking to branch out. I would like to try. I really want a bigger jumbo, honestly. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a 335 though. I'm a hollow body girl.
Yeah.
I really am.
It's that surf sound.
They're so much cooler, and they're an acoustic electric in one, and they have so much dirt and resonance, and like they just like have so much power.
Yeah.
So it's something that my Stratocaster never gave me.
Yeah.
So I think my Casino is just my favorite. It always has been.
What's the one Dave Grohl plays? He's got like
Sheraton.
Yeah.
I have a
She's
Sheraton.
like, oh,
Those
yeah,
are
it's a
cool.
Sheraton. I have a Sheraton also. I believe it's a Sheraton. I have one also and those are really cool too. They have an interesting sound, but they're really beautiful, and I definitely want to expand my repertoire. I have quite a few guitars, but I'm looking for more. They need it. There's a home, and it's with me.
Yeah.
They can come back to me now.
Well, so tell us about this new song you're gonna play.
Yeah. So, do you want to hear something that's not released, or do you want to hear something that's released? Because it really depends. Because I could play So Close, or I could
play something unreleased. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll play. Yeah. Okay. So this song's called She's the Devil, and I kind of wrote it about, it was about one particular person, but thinking about it now, it really is about, there's a lot of jealous women out there who don't want you to succeed at all. And this song's called She's the Devil, quite literally. And it's about someone uprooting, someone entering someone's life and just ruining them.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was watching it. So I wrote it from an outside perspective, watching what happened. Wow. So this is about someone's story, what happened. Here we go.
Run, boy, run from your lover. She's not the one. She's the devil if I ever have seen one. She's your upper. She'll go down on you. She's got your collar on her ring finger, yeah. Oh yeah, run away. Oh yeah, severed flag, boy, bring me back. Listen to me, you don't hear a damn thing anymore. Run, boy, run from your lover. She's not the one. She's the devil if I ever have seen one. Yeah, she's your upper. She'll go down on you. She's got your collar on your ring finger, yeah. Oh yeah, run away. Oh yeah, severed flag, boy, bring me back. Listen to me, you don't hear a damn thing anymore.
Yeah.
Devon.
Thanks, everyone.
on.
She's the devil.
That's awesome.
That's what that one's called.
Yeah.
Do you have a release date for that, or is that just sort of sometime in the
No,
future?
That's in the future sometime. That song needs to be worked on. A lot of people love that song, but I'm definitely going to be releasing it. I just don't know if I'm going to do it acoustically or full band. I'm like I don't know which one yet because
Maybe do both.
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both.
Yeah, this version sounds so
I
good.
know. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
can you do both?
I'm
That sounds
gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna do both. So that's one of my favorites because it showcases my cynicism and my songwriting and also just kind of everything. So I really like that one.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
I think it's really relatable too. I have a female musician friend who's been kind of feeling maybe not the same level of like malice, but has just been feeling a lot of the kind of like competition element from other women that kind of do something similar to what she does.
Yep, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's weird and it's hard.
Some people don't realize that a rising tide lifts all boats, you know?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's great. I've never heard that. That's really cool.
I like that one a
I like
lot.
that one. That's
Yeah.
really
That's good.
interesting.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Love that.
Well,
I'm gonna remember that.
here's to lifting your boat.
Yeah.
2024, lift my boat.
The tide is high.
That's a
Tide is
t-shirt.
high.
The tide is high,
Love
Blondie.
that. That's great.
Oh, Devon, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. for
Thank
being
you
here.
guys.
You're amazing.
She's sassy, she's smart, she's stylish, and if she stays off the dang skateboard, she's got nowhere to go but up. My heart did a little happy dance when she named Fiona Apple as an influence because honestly, same. And Fiona's magic is such that she absolutely should be whispering in Gen Z's ear and frankly, every generation thereafter. Devon has put out so much music since we talked in January. She's played 8 million shows, and hot off the presses, she's going on a West Coast tour with Dead on a Sunday. She just don't stop. You can support this hardworking, badass artist with a social media follow and relentless streaming. Check out her incredible videos. All the links will be in the show notes. Of course, we love a social media follow as well, and we love a subscribe, rate, and review even more. We appreciate y'all listening and coming along on our little journey. If you've been around since the beginning, thank you, fam. And if this is your first time listening, also thank you, fam. We have actually surpassed some downloading milestones, and it means the world to us that you listen. So tell your friends, tell your enemies, and keep your iPhone dialed. See you next week.